willing to come here today and do that for us, and do that for Jackie. That was really special. We will be coming together as a group for service in the future. We're working with a family on that, at which time individuals from the Senate will be allowed to talk about her in a very much part of that ceremony. I'm not, the press has been coming to me, and I've been stumbling around. I'm not really ready to talk. It hasn't been 24 hours about my personal relationship with Jackie, except to say that her husband, who's gone, Ted, I miss him terribly, and I miss Jackie, because many of our conversations had to do with life and this process and where we were at. I have to say that I was very taken by the paper this morning. I love words, but I was very taken by a quote in our papers that came from one of our members. Oregon would not be the state it is today without her incredible dedication to the causes and people she fiercely believed in. Those words came from Senator Herman Bertschiger, Jr. And I was very taken by that the profound impact. I don't think we really understand yet what it means to not have Jackie among us. I really thought those were remarkable words. I was also stunned. Yesterday, Floyd Brzezinski came to, I was with Senator Burdick and I were just looking at each other. He said, "Can I have the caucus room?" I said, "Well, yeah, sure, you could have it." And instantly people came there, Democrats and Republicans, senators and members of the criminal justice world, and people just sat around and talked. And everywhere I went in the building, I noticed there were tears. There was tears from Capitol Club members, tears almost from even one of the press members, friends, senators, representatives. And I have been around a long time. I've never seen anything like this. It was so spontaneous and instantaneous, and it just begins to explain this remarkable person who just by being here made us better. I mean, a lot of people are still surprised. She was a Native American, the Blackfoot, Choctaw tribes in Kansas. She was a black African American, and of course she was a woman. There was many things about her that just being there, you were better. And I have to say that you all know this now, a lot of you know, that literally she watched on the TV the struggle the House had on 1008, the bill on dealing with our juveniles that have made mistakes. She was there and watched it literally up to the final vote. And reportedly, that's when she was ready to start to say goodbye, I am told. That is a fitting comment on how she looked at life. She said, "How we treat our children is what our hallmark will be." All children, regardless of how they've lived, you have to go back to the children. So I don't know quite what to say. I'm stumbling around here. I think it was hard to not deeply care about her, regardless of where you came from in this process. So yesterday I also did something else, and I don't know what I was doing. I went in to see, first of all, the first thing I did when I heard it was call out of committee Senator Herman Bertschiger to tell her. And then later on I went in to see Brian Boquist, and he's standing in his office, and I said, "I know, Peter, I know." And then I said something. I said, "She was such a noble person." And I think he said, yeah, that. And then I turned and started talking, and I walked out. I didn't even know what I said until I said the day to myself, "Would you look up the word noble? Look it up." And this is the definition of noble: having or showing fine personal qualities of high moral principle and ideas. Decent, worthy, uncorrupted, moral, ethical, reputable, magnanimous, unselfish, generous, self-sacrificing, brave, and grand. Now, I don't know. I don't know what to say beyond that. I think it's not because I said it. I just think I don't know how to say enough good things about Senator Winters. I'm just going to tell you that. I don't. The Salem community knows Peter and Jackie and Peter, both names were always used together. Now I've lost Jackie. It's a funny, I'm just going to tell you this. There's a project here she's working for, wanted. It was hers. Now I got to go back, and I always relied on her to do her part of what we were trying to do for our community, as you all do for yours. Now I got to go back today and make sure that project is done, because Jackie's not with me. She's not here. And all over this community, people are coming up to me saying, Peter, what are you going to do without Jackie? And I don't know. That's my burden. You probably have that kind of feeling, someone in your life. So I don't know what else to say. I am very grateful for the Senate to come here today. We will go through our calendar, advance our calendar today. I am going to adjourn us for tomorrow. You do not need to be here. I simply want to bring us back in tomorrow and again adjourn us till Monday, but I want to say something on the record for Senator Jackie Winters tomorrow as well. So we are in mourning for today and tomorrow, and I am very grateful to all the members of the Senate who have gone out of their way to say things about her, who really want to get up today. They just really want to get up today and talk about her. Her desk, there it is, and I'm going to tell you, I can't tell you, I thought the gods were going to bring her back to us, Herman, and I thought she'd come back one more time. The bar would be open, and here she would come, people would be helping her. And I just really thought that. And the Almighty had different plans. I somewhat feel lost about that. But, you know, we don't choose our moment, and I just hope in the end she didn't suffer too much. I hope her family, while they're struggling, everything we do, what the House did yesterday had an incredible impact on her family. Everything we do is helping their family deal with their incredible loss and pain. Senator Jackie Winters, those of us that got to serve with her, I know I was blessed. And Jackie, I was afraid to call her at the end. I was afraid to call her. Because I was afraid to call her. And I'm mad at myself. Jackie said something to me once, and I'm going to end on this. I should have seen this comment. Jackie came to me, I think, Herman, 2 years ago. She came into my office, and she said to me, Peter, I'm sick. And I just looked at her. What Jackie was telling me, and I didn't pick up, is, Peter, I'm sick. I don't have long. And now I have to think about that. I kept thinking, yes, you do. You're so tough and so strong. You fought through heart problems. You carried many crosses in your life. You do. But she was telling Peter, Peter, I'm sick. And now she has left us. I just really hope that she knows and that how much every member of this Senate, regardless of how they voted, where they're from, I think is deeply affected by this. So thank you, my fellow senators. We will come together again to honor this extraordinary person in an extraordinary way. Thank you for indulging me with those attempted remarks to highlight this day in a way that at least we show respect and appreciation for a public servant that truly understood what it meant to be called. Every one of us has been called. She knew that, and she held herself to such a high standard, as well as of all of us. And I always felt bad when she would scold me, and she would scold me, and that I wasn't meeting Jacqueline Francis Kennedy. That's not good. Jacqueline Francis. I didn't know that was her middle name just a few days ago, and I love the name Jacqueline. I love the name Francis. Jacqueline Francis Winters. That when I was letting her down, and she would scold me. I actually liked her to scold me because I considered it a compliment. So thank you, Jackie. I'm flying with only one engine. At least I have your memory and I have that of Ted. And last thing, we will plant a tree outside the Capitol for Jackie. Jackie requested that. She wanted it planted right beside the tree we planted for Ted. So that's already been arranged. She requested that. I guess I was getting another signal. Jackie and Ted, trees side by side to the Capitol. Courtesy to the Senate.